On a stunning morning in New York, the sports world was rocked to its core. Top officials from the FBI and the Department of Justice held a major press conference. They announced the results of a massive nationwide investigation. The case involves illegal gambling, organized crime, and some of the biggest names in the National Basketball Association. This wasn't just a small issue, it was a carefully planned takedown that exposed deep-rooted corruption. The news sent a shiver through fans, players, and league officials alike, casting a dark shadow over the start of the new NBA season. The message from law enforcement was clear: no one is above the law. The press conference was led by several key figures. FBI Director Kash Patel stood at the podium, outlining the gravity of the situation. He was joined by U.S. Attorney Joseph Nocella Jr., whose Brooklyn office spearheaded the complex investigation. Also present was NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch, who highlighted the local law enforcement's crucial role in the operation. Together they painted a picture of two interconnected criminal schemes. These weren't simple bets between friends. They were sophisticated operations designed to defraud people and compromise the integrity of professional sports. The scale of the investigation shows just how seriously authorities are taking this threat. Commissioner Tisch gave the operation a memorable name: Nothing But Bet. She explained that the investigation uncovered a web of deceit that stretched from high-stakes poker games in Manhattan to the very courts of the NBA. The charges are extensive, with 34 defendants named in the indictments. These individuals are not just small-time criminals. They include current and former NBA players, a head coach, and alleged members of powerful organized crime families. The collaboration between federal and local agencies was essential to unraveling such a widespread and secretive network that has been operating for years. The timing of the announcement was particularly dramatic. The NBA had just tipped off its 2025 to 2026 season the night before. Fans were excited about the return of basketball. Instead, they woke up to headlines of arrests and corruption. The officials at the press conference made it clear that their work was far from over. This case builds on previous investigations like the one involving former player Jonte Porter, who admitted to fixing games for betting purposes. It signals a new era of scrutiny for professional sports as the world of legal and illegal gambling continues to expand and create new challenges. The first case detailed by officials was a staggering illegal poker operation with direct links to organized crime. The investigation revealed that high-stakes poker games were being hosted in exclusive locations across the country, including the Hamptons, Manhattan, Las Vegas, and Miami. These were not ordinary games. They were elaborate setups run by members and associates of the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese crime families. The scheme allegedly involved defrauding players out of at least $7 million. The presence of NBA personalities was allegedly used to give the games an air of legitimacy and attract wealthy, unsuspecting victims into the trap. The methods used to rig these games were straight out of a Hollywood movie. According to the indictment, the operators used advanced technology to ensure they always had the upper hand. This included Media Group, rigged card shuffling machine on poker table, close-up of poker dealer, using shuffling machine. I stock, I distribute equally. Rigged card shuffling machines that could stack the deck in their favor. Sophisticated X-ray technology to see the cards as they were being dealt. FBI Director Kash Patel described the extent of the fraud, stating, "We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in theft, in fraud, in robbery. When victims couldn't pay their manufactured debts, the crime families allegedly resorted to threats and violence to collect." The second scheme directly targeted the NBA itself through what is known as proposition, or prop, betting. This scheme involved players and coaches passing along non-public, inside information to a network of bettors. These bettors would then place wagers on specific player performances, such as Media Group basketball player scoring points, scoreboard showing player stats, basketball action shoddy stock would distribute equally. How many points a player would get, how many rebounds a player would get. The indictment alleges that Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier and former player and coach Damon Jones were central figures in this plot. They are accused of providing tips to co-defendants, who then use that information to bet with online sportsbooks, which strictly prohibit wagering based on insider knowledge. One specific incident highlighted by prosecutors involved Terry Rozier. On March 23, 2023, while playing for the Charlotte Hornets, he allegedly told a co-defendant he would fake an injury and leave a game early. Rozier played for just over 9 minutes before exiting. Following this tip, approximately $200,000 in bets were placed on his underperformance props, meaning bettors wagered he would not reach his expected statistical totals. In another instance, Damon Jones was accused of using his connections to obtain and sell private medical information about a player, leading to successful bets against that player's team. These actions directly undermined the fairness of the games. The arrests sent shockwaves through the league, implicating well-known figures. One of the most prominent names is Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers and a 2024 Basketball Hall of Fame inductee. Billups was arrested in connection with the Mafia-linked poker scheme. In a surreal turn of events, he had just coached his team's season opener on October 22, only to be taken into custody the following day. His alleged involvement was to lend credibility to the rigged games, attracting other players and high rollers who trusted his reputation in the basketball world. His arrest marks a stunning fall for a celebrated and respected figure. Another major arrest was that of Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier. He was apprehended by authorities at 6 a.m. on October 23 in a hotel in Orlando, Florida. He was reportedly in his team uniform at the time of the arrest. Just the night before, his team had played their first game of the season. Though Rozier did not play due to a reported hamstring injury, the charges against him are serious, accusing him of directly manipulating game outcomes for betting purposes. NYPD Commissioner Tisch commented on his situation, stating, "As the NBA season tips off, Rozier's career is already benched, not for injury, but for integrity." Also charged was Damon Jones, a former player and assistant coach known for being part of the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers championship team. Jones is accused of selling non-public information about player injuries, a serious breach of trust for anyone in a coaching position. The details of his alleged actions show how easily insider access can be exploited for financial gain in the sports betting world. The U.S. Attorney's Office emphasized that anyone with privileged information, whether a player, coach, or team staffer, has a responsibility to protect it and that failing to do so is a federal crime. The NBA, for its part, has stated that it cooperated fully with the federal investigation. While the league has not yet issued a formal comment on the arrests, this scandal puts it in a difficult position. The league had previously investigated Rozier for similar betting irregularities and is reportedly still looking into matters concerning other players. This massive federal case, however, takes the issue to a whole new level. It moves beyond internal league discipline and into the far more serious realm of criminal prosecution, raising difficult questions for the league as it navigates its close partnerships with sports betting companies. This case is about more than just a few individuals breaking the law. It strikes at the very heart of what makes sports compelling. The belief that the competition is fair and the outcome is not predetermined. When fans suspect that players or coaches are influencing games for financial gain, that trust is broken. The rise of legalized sports betting has brought billions of dollars into the sports industry, but it has also created enormous risks. This FBI investigation serves as a stark reminder that with more money at stake, the temptation for corruption grows stronger. It forces leagues like the NBA to confront these dangers head-on. For law enforcement, this takedown sends a powerful message to organized crime and anyone considering corrupting professional sports. The involvement of the FBI and the Department of Justice shows that these are not victimless crimes. As Director Patel noted, these schemes involved millions of dollars in fraud and theft, often enforced with threats of violence. By prosecuting these cases so publicly, authorities are drawing a clear line in the sand. They are demonstrating that they have the tools and the determination to police the intersection of sports, gambling, and criminal enterprises, no matter how famous the individuals involved may be. The scandal also raises important questions for the average sports fan. How can you be sure the game you're watching is legitimate? This case, along with the earlier Jonte Porter scandal, may cause some fans to become more cynical. It puts pressure on the NBA and other professional sports leagues to be more transparent about how they monitor betting activity and police their own players and staff. The long-term health of these leagues depends on maintaining the public's confidence. They must now work even harder to prove that the games are played with full integrity and that any corruption will be rooted out swiftly. Ultimately, this story is a cautionary tale for the modern era of sports. The partnership between sports leagues and betting companies is here to stay, but it comes with significant responsibilities. This case highlights the need for robust regulations, constant vigilance, and severe consequences for those who break the rules. It shows that the integrity of the game is not something that can be taken for granted. It must be actively protected by everyone, from the league offices to the locker rooms to the law enforcement agencies tasked with upholding justice. The future of professional sports depends on it.